matters is how well can you follow instructions. And the guy that I'm about to bring up here right now, this is a gentleman that I've got a tremendous amount of respect for. He literally talked about leadership. This is a young man, him and his wife, that literally, when we had no center, how many guys have been to our center here in Sacramento? Okay. This couple here, guys, they came together as a team along with a bunch of others, and they spearheaded the way. They said, hey, listen, we've got to get a center, Ramon. We've got to have a center up here, a place where people can come and actually, how many of y'all been to the center? You enjoy that center? Yeah. This is a guy that I'm really, really proud to introduce, because not only is he now a Ruby executive in this company, but he's someone that knows how to follow instructions. He's what I call a team player. If you ever need something done, he'll get it done. He has a let me do it attitude. And I can tell you guys, this is the reason why. See, don't make the mistake of only celebrating the diamonds. I want you to celebrate the sapphires, rubies, and emeralds as well. Because see, there's diamonds in the making. See, there are already diamonds right now. The paperwork just hasn't caught up yet. So I'm letting you know that this family, as I bring to the stage, I want everybody to come to their feet, stand to their feet. I want you to give a loud, standing ovation. None other than my friend, my coach, my buddy, Mr. and Mrs. Nate Middleton.
They're still coming. How many of you say, I'm going to walk out of here today, I am definitely going to hit my goal. I'm going to get everything I need. Awesome. All right, y'all, sit down. Go ahead, sit down. All right, we're going to keep this thing rolling. Let's give it up for those diamonds in the house. Romacio Fulcher, Mr. Romacio Fulcher. Don't we have the best in the West? Oh, y'all didn't hear me. Wait a minute. I can't take too much of my time. But I tell you, one thing I love about Moss, that diamond back there, he is one of the best teachers, not just in organo gold, but in the industry. So I got to ask y'all this again. Don't we have the best in the West? Awesome. I got a quick question for you. What if you can have Diamond Consultant Ramon Fulcher, or Diamond Consultant Romacio Fulcher come out and do every one of your CJLs? How many of y'all would like that? Man, I'm surprised. Only 2 or 3 of y'all would like that? Man, but let me sweeten the pot up a little bit. All right, let me sweeten the pot up. What if you can get the Vice President of Sales himself, Mr. Holton Bugs, to come out and do your CJM? How many of you would like that? Awesome. Well, what if I tell you can? I'm serious. What if I tell you can have that? And every CJM you have. It's possible. You know, I want to talk to you all real quick. You know, folks say, well, Nate, how do you do some of these things? Or how do you split yourself? Well, I love what that Diamond just put out to us, because the first thing I learned to do is follow instructions. That was number one. After I learned how to follow instructions, and I started building my organization, then I learned as it started building, you can't be in every place at one time. I'm just not, I'm not that way. I'm not omnipotent. I'm not on, well, y'all want me to go down the whole road, but I just can only be one place at one time. So what I learned to do is I learned how to use tools to my advantage. Essentially, that's what I did. I learned how to use tools to my advantage. You know, I think, and Joyce is here with me, I remember when Joyce first got started, and the reason why I say first got started, because I came in 2008 and you didn't come on board until really when?
2012.
All right.
She said no, when? 2012.
2012. All right. And sometimes even she couldn't get a hold of me. So what did you do? What's one of the things you used when you went out there? And I applaud her. I have a lot of respect for her. I really do. Really do. Because tell her, what tool you use when you couldn't get a hold of me and you just went out there blind and did one-on-ones, what you did?
The flip chart and the DVD. Push play.
Y'all got that? The flip chart and the DVD. All she did what?
Push play.
Hey, we started this thing off right today because we're going to give you the tools that you need to be very successful in this particular business, all right? You know, some folks say, well, how are you taking and you managing doing business outside of America? You know what we did? First of all, we take it and we invest. We learn some financial principles and we reinvest back into our business. All right? You got to have tools. You got to have tools. Because what we do is, you know, I'm going to name Dr. Sharonki. I have a lot of respect for him. He's a guy that's been going back and forth in and out of one country. But he went over there and got him started. And the question came up, how are you going to keep him going when we're not there? Well, besides having our great coach over there who gets on the Skype and he gets on LBE TV and he broadcasts into the country, but they still need things weekly, isn't that right? Yeah. So you know what we did? We took and we shipped in one of their coffee boxes. We invest $65. Y'all got that? Everybody say that with me. We invest how much?
$65.
$65 into everybody who just gets started. So we took and shipped them a lot of flip charts. We shipped them DVDs, and we shipped them this calendar. And this is what you want to get somebody started. How many of you want to grow big organizations?
Woo!
Absolutely. How many of you want to get your two out of the way? $65. This comes back to you, ladies and gentlemen. Comes right back to you. We take and we sow this into their organization, get them started right. And here's the part I like. Now, I said Mr. Bugs is always going to get me if he ever hear me saying this. But how many of you every now and then like to be able just to tell Mr. Bugs when to show up and when not to show up? When to speak and when not to speak? Be careful with that now. You got to be careful with that. But what I love about it, I can put the DVD in, and when I'm ready for him to start the presentation, what did I do, baby?
Push play.
Push play. When I'm ready for him to stop, I do what?
Push stop.
How many of you can do that out there?
Woo!
Do I need to say anymore? Listen, these two gentlemen gave us the instructions. All you have to do, like he said, first of all, when you get folks started, invest the $65 into them, all right? Put them in front of them first, or whoever your leader is. Then after you put them in front of them, when you can't quite take and get one of those leaders again, there is no excuse out there for us. We have the best in the industry doing the CJM for you. That's our Vice President of Sales, Mr. Holton Bugs. Come on, let's give it up for him.
Woo!
Then what Mr. Bugs did afterwards, he took and he developed the calendar for us. So the calendar has all the things that you need to get instructed, to do the CJM, all right? To get set up the goals. What excuse do we have out there? So how many of y'all out there say, hey, I got it?
I got
Don't
it.
need to say anymore, Mr. Middleton. See, y'all still want me to talk? You're supposed to follow that. Don't need to say anymore, Mr. Middleton.
Don't need to say any more,
You
Mr.
can get on off the
Middleton.
stage now.
Get off the stage now.
All right, hey, look here. I want to take the time out and introduce a gentleman, all right, that's, I tell you, I have a lot of respect for him. A lot of respect. All right, he liked to think of himself sometime as an immigrant in the country, but I don't quite look at him that way. But I do, let me tell you something. He's a good example for all of us. When someone can come in America, he's been here for about 18 years now, had goals, had aspirations of things that he wanted to do, established his own business, audio and video. I heard what Mr. Fulcher was saying. Our diamond was about what we did at the center, but we go to him a lot for a lot of advice for how to set up our audio properly, how to set up our video, and he's definitely the expert of that. So you would think, you know, with all that and understand